This is our second video with Mr. Ajay Balaji, who has quite a number of experience in coaching people. Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
Recently, you have launched your YouTube channel. After so many years of experience into physical and direct training, you have entered into a virtual training. I saw some of your videos, and then you are linking Sachin's success and Dhoni's calmness with real-time scenarios. So, what is your feedback, or what is your response to the viewers?
HR person, and it was a nice journey, and I'm going to complete around 18 years as of now. Like
Okay.
before, like 6 to 7 years, like I started to create my mission. Like when I started to create my vision, like I started like empowering, enabling people is my vision. So I started to do that, like people around me, and I started coaching, training, and various activities I started doing. And after some time, like before first I want to impact in my lifetime, and I created that I want to impact 1 billion people around this world is what I created as my vision. And I created my vision, like I cannot reach out people just like that, like physically. So I thought of creating a YouTube channel and creating videos that can reach billions and billions of people is what is the initiative.
What are the strategies for upskilling your workforce in this challenging world? So, you know about the situation. So, the first question would be how people need to reimagine their careers now.
Thinking in a way that, like, what is the, like, for example, if it is a business, we have to think in a way that how we can perform our business in these circumstances, what kind of services that I can provide to my clients. Like earlier, like we would have provided different kind of services. Now, like we have to think in a 365-degree paradigm and think like what are the services that I can eliminate.
Okay, thank you, sir. So, uh, proceeding with this, as an HR department, how an HR can create environments and experiences rebuild on this new scenario.
Yeah, earlier, like there is a kind of office setup is there, and people used to like gather in the office, and they work and they have some employee engagement activity. We do like monthly ones when it is a physical environment. We have to increase that. We have to we can do that virtually also. For example, we have to organize for a kind of counseling sessions, and we can organize for online employee engagement sessions. And we have to like think out of box in this, like you have to think what are the options are there, how create a kind of environment such that people are engaged. We have to get connected with the people almost.
Okay.
We certainly, like we have to create certain structures, Suren. For
Okay.
example, if it is in a kind of a physical office, like people will come and approach HR in a daily basis. They are approachable, right? Like in a kind of virtual environment, like they may not be able to contact us also, so that we can create a kind of structure on weekly basis. Like HR person will have an interaction with each department or each team or something like that, something like a kind of what to say, like meeting sessions or something like that.
Okay. So, you see, recently I had saw a few interviews from Mr. Zoho's founder, Steve Wimbo, Biocon's MD, terming the word called resilience. So, I haven't heard much about the word called resilience. So, can you elaborate a few things on that, sir?
So resilience is something that we are going through right now, like the kind of circumstances, the kind of situation that we have not gone through in our lifetime itself. It is really unimaginable and unpredictable for us. Like before 6 7 months, we have not thought this kind of circumstances will happen. in
expect
our
that.
life. Yeah, no, no, that is the kind of situation is happening right now. So realignments, like we have to think that how we can overcome or how we can manage and perform in this paradigm. So then, like you said, rightly said, I want to take you into kind of a paradigm. Consider now this is a kind of paradigm. Earlier, there's a paradigm was that like performance paradigm was different. For example, earlier, like we can go out freely and whatever that we wanted to do, we can do. We can have a kind of get together. We can have marriages, and that is the kind of paradigm that was there earlier before 6 months. Now this paradigm has got shifted. Like human contacts has to be like within 3 feet. We have to distance ourselves in 3 feet is what is the current paradigm. It is a paradigm shift that happened within an immediate days or months. That is what has happened. Okay, so we shifting from that paradigm to this paradigm. Definitely, it will take time. It will take a kind of it first takes acceptance and then like
Okay.
willing to change, and then like
Uh, you might have seen this kind of uncertainties and you would have successfully overcome out of it. So can you mention that so that it will be helpful for the younger generation to focus more on the term called resilience?
no. If you ask me personally, like I do not have a kind of this kind of experience in my career, but I had challenging days in my life.
Okay.
For example, if I wanted to share, after starting my career within 2 to 2.5 years, that time itself I lost a job. And during that time, I was very new to HR and I did not learn anything in HR actually. During the time, like I know the very, very basic things in HR and I wanted to have a career in HR. That time, I am a very become graduate with some basic Excel and the word knowledge in started created this passion about the HR. The passion, no, like during the time I really remember that I had attended around like 40 to 50 interviews to learn about HR, and then I performed in an interview, and then I got a job. Performing attending for 30 to 40 interviews and learning about HR, that takes something, right? That is the passion that I had. Want like passion to handle the situation, like passion. This is the circumstances. What is that you wanted to do?
Okay.
What is that you wanted to create for your organization or for yourself? Is what will move us towards the success, Suresh.
Fine, sir. Again, one more question added to this. You see, you told me you have attended 30 to 40 interviews. Nowadays, people will even attending 4 or 5 interviews and they're not getting job, they feel depressed. So what helped you to maintain that? You're moving from one interview to other interview. So what helps you during that time?
No, I was very clear that I am going to join as an HR. I
Okay.
have no doubt on that. Like I whenever I go for an interview, there will be a question that I will not have any answers. Okay, and then
Okay.
like I'll come back and I'll prepare for that answer, and then again I'll go. So I taken this opportunity to increase my knowledge actually.
Okay. So it's all
I thought
about
like yeah, yeah, how I take is what is matters.
definitely something which the younger generation has to learn, including me. Okay. Fine, sir. So moving on again to the next question. What will be the new normal for upskilling now? How people can upskill?
These circumstances, like upskilling is mandatory for all the people around the world. It's not
Okay.
only for a person working in an organization. Okay, it is for everybody. Like the way that we lived our life is different, and now like the way we are living our life is different. There is a whole lot of virtual things have started to emerge in this world. Now we have to accept that, and we have to go to the next level in upskilling, the accepting the virtual learning that we wanted to do. That is another thing.
Yeah.
For example, if I am an HR, like I have to think a different perspective that what are the things that I have to learn and develop in HR to perform in this circumstances. Whatever the skill I had earlier may not work them or in the circumstances is what I
Fine, sir. So you see, we have a major automobile client near GCT, and which was headed by a 55-year-old person. He's almost nearing his retirement. When I spoke with him, he told me that in the recent times it makes him little uncomfortable to the change as he's already nearing his retirement. And why should I change when I have spare? So my query is, most of the aged workforce, people like the vice president or the MD of an organization will be above 50 or 55 years. So, and they used to hesitate for the change. So what is your views for them?
Yeah, I got that. I got your question. Like, Suren, I just wanted to address one thing here. Actually, if you see, no, like, kind of a mindset. Actually, it's
Okay.
not about young or old. Like, if you see, no, like a lot of people, youngsters coming and joining in an organization within that experience of 1 year or 2 years, 3 years, no, they does not fit into that culture, and they are facing some issues in their attitude that they are not able to change. That is also happening in almost all the I'll say, like, it is not about the age, it is about what they think about that like he was having, he himself is saying that he has a kind of uncomfortability. 100% that is uncomfortable for everyone, not only for him, but he is thinking in a way that I am like almost done is what the thinking process. He has to change his thinking process that I am not done. Okay, I have around another. If he's a 45 years, there definitely he will have another 35 years. Okay, he may enter my life. I can contribute as 18 as 18. That's it. If we started to think in that perspective, then we will have that ability to like handle those circumstances and situations. Like if you think like it is next 5 years, 4 years, like why should I do? Why should I change? If we start thinking in that perspective, definitely we'll be very uncomfortable. Again, we have to do that process. Process is not going to stop, but the choice is whether you are going to.
Can I take age is just a number?
Yeah.
Okay.
How we look at that number is matters.
Okay. Fine, sir. Fine. Okay, sir. And then moving on to the last question. As a coach, as a mentor, how you feel that the workforce or the staffs should explore themselves more to be better or to handle better in case of tough situations?
No, it is not about staffs. It is about everybody, everyone, including me. Like in my early ages, in my recent days, and now also, we live life like we know things and we know how to handle or how to do things. It's a point of view life like that only. I'm not denying that. That there is another perspective that I can take inputs or I can take support from somebody else also, so that like my I will get a kind of I will get another support, like I will get another brain or I will get another thing as a support to achieve that whatever that I want. If we look at that from that perspective, then we have a lot of opportunities to like have mentors or coaches or any other support that we require. For example, like our brain has a lot of limitations, right? Like our brain is very restricted to what we know. Okay, what we know, the brain is a kind of hardware, no, like it is getting stored like whatever data is received, that's it. But if you have another brain, no, like that brain is entirely different. This brain will have a lot of other information rather than this. If coaching with others, and then definitely will we can engage in a conversation like that that will reach us towards our goal is what my thinking.
Fine, sir. Oh, thank you. Thanks for your time.